was she like as a parent to you?
She was always very serious, about us, getting our schoolwork done or having chores. She was kind of a worrier, worried about where we were. She worried about, our safety. And probably some of that's just from her kind of being on edge as a child, not ever knowing what was going to happen, and probably being around some pretty scary circumstances, when your dad's on the Manhattan Project. But she was, into us doing our best in school for sure. She was very good at helping me more so with my schoolwork. My brother didn't need much help with his schoolwork. So you could just tell she was a really smart lady. And that she liked things to be, orderly.
So you said you had a brother. Was that your only sibling, or did you have any more?
Yeah. He's not only sibling. He's right at 4 years older than me.
And you said something about him being not really needing as much help, and him being smart. What does he do for a living?
He's actually a pediatrician.
So, did she ever have an opinion on y'all going into the military, or did y'all ever have any thoughts of that?
Yeah, she never encouraged us to. That's for sure. Or and it was never really, I guess, an interest of either me or my brother. So I could probably say that she would have urged us not to do that because just of the the safety and like I say, the unpredictability. I don't think she could have handled kids going through that and her worrying about us. So yeah, it was really never brought up as an option for us.
So how do you think she would have handled it if you mentioned that you wanted to go into the military?
No, I think she would tell us not to. Yeah, she seems to be one of those that if she's gone through something that she thinks like might affect you or had affected her adversely, she would highly recommend that we not do it.
Yeah, so you think a lot of her parenting was kind of formed by the way that her dad was in the military and that she had to go through some of those experiences as a child?
Yeah, now some of her parenting was probably the opposite of her dad, because her dad was very meticulous, and things were supposed to be done in a certain way, and nothing was ever out of order. Like their house, looked like you could put it on the market any day, and my childhood home did not look like that. Clothes had to be perfect. Press, when you're in the military, everything has to be perfect, and I think she almost went the opposite way on some of that with us because she could.
Is she still like that today, that she's not as neat as her father?
Oh yeah, she's not neat at all anymore. But if she does something, she's an artist. She's very talented. And if she's like working on a piece of art, like she does these Christmas cards for everybody in the family. She designs them every Christmas for everyone in the family, and they have to be absolutely perfect. And she'll throw it away and start over if it's not perfect. But her living surroundings are not so perfect looking. Like she can live in the middle of a mess. So it's kind of funny.
So she was an artist on the side, or was this more of a...
Yeah.
Okay, so did she ever make any money off this, or was this just more of a hobby?
No, just a hobby. She was actually a teacher. I don't believe she taught for too long. I think that was a very short-lived thing too, but just like everything else she did, she remembers everything about every class she ever taught.
So was teaching her only career that she went into, or did she do anything else?
She taught, but then she she always used teaching in whatever she did. So she was a computer software trainer for a company for several years, but it was kind of in the same, arena of teaching because she had to go teach people how to use computer software.
So did she enjoy teaching, or was that the reason that she ended early, or?
Well,
You
I
just
think
don't
she
like it.
stopped teaching because she had my brother, and then she just didn't go back to work until I was in 5th grade, I believe. So I think she enjoyed teaching, but she's kind of funny because we've had other people in the family that have wanted to go into teaching, and then she tells them not to. So I'm not sure.
So it might not have been her absolute favorite
Yeah.
thing.
She might not think that that's the best route to go.
Have you heard anything about her teaching or how she was?
Oh, I think she was a really strict teacher. I think she didn't put up with any misbehavior. I think she was probably kind of militaristic teacher style.
Is that kind of how she acted at home whenever she was parenting you? Was she pretty strict and?
Yeah, she was pretty strict, but I mean, she was a warm, loving mother for sure. But strict on some things, not so much on others. Like we never had to have our rooms neat, but she surely expected our schoolwork to be taken care of and to be done well. She expected us to have good manners all the time. Follow rules, things like that. But maybe like the neatness of our house was not very important to her.
Yeah, well, she sounds like a very nice lady, and thank you for letting me interview her.
Yeah,